Word wizard and a word wizard cat, looking up words just like that.
Alright, word wizards, our learning target is I can deepen my understanding of a text by noticing signposts and applying my comprehension strategies in a meaningful way. Again, we're going to be working on our word gap signpost. Be sure to look for clues you can use in a sentence to help you understand the word. This week, we'll be working on inference clues. Remember, an inference is when you use evidence or clues in the text plus your own thinking to come up with a new understanding. You'll need to look for clues before or after the word gap in your sentences. Alright, I'm going to go first. Follow along, and as I stop to do my thinking, you can use your word wizard word gap sheet to record the clues and the meaning that I think of as I'm reading. Cheyennes. The Cheyenne tribe lived on the eastern plains of the land as we know as Colorado. They came from farther east, where they were once fishermen. They also grew beans, corn, squash, and other plants there, but other tribes soon pushed them to Colorado. They began a new way of life on the high plains. They became horseback riders and buffalo hunters. They called themselves Sististas, or called our people. The region's high plains were once thick with buffalo. Herds of the shaggy beasts covered the plains as far as the eye could see. The Cheyenne used the buffalo for everything they needed to live. They ate the meat and made clothing, homes, and other things from buffalo hides. Anything left over made tasty treats for the Indians' dogs. I'm going to stop because I had a word gap right here with the word shaggy. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to reread around it. The region's high plains were once thick with buffalo. Herds of the shaggy beasts covered the plains as far as the eye could see. Well, I know the shaggy beasts were the buffalo from that sentence up there. And I know I've seen buffalo before, and they have lots of hair on them. So I wonder if the hair has something to do with shaggy. Maybe it means hairy. I'm going to reread it and see. Herds of the hairy beasts covered the plains as far as the eye could see. Yeah, I think that makes sense. The other word gap I had was hides. So I'm going to go back and see if there's some clues I can use with what I know to infer what that means. They ate the meat and made clothing, homes, and other things from buffalo hides. Anything left over made tasty treats for the Indians' dogs. Well, let's see. In this sentence, they ate the meat, and they made their clothing, homes, and other things from buffalo hides. Well, I know their homes were teepees, and so maybe the hide is something that they used to make the teepee. I know it's not the meat, because they ate that. I really don't think you'd make a home out of their fur, so maybe the hide is like their skin. Maybe it's kind of that dried skin. They could make their clothing, homes, and other things from the buffalo skins. I think that works. All right, I'm going to keep on reading. Buffalo and teepees. The Cheyenne hunted buffalo that roamed the land. They used every part of the animal. The meat was a main source of food. They cooked it over an open fire with vegetables, such as corn. To make the meat last longer, they dried it in the sun and made jerky. The Cheyenne lived in teepees. They made a frame of wooden poles and then stretched buffalo hides around it. Well, there's that word hides again. I think it does. They'd stretch the skin around the teepees. All right, make sure you pause and record the clues and meaning for shaggy and hides before going to the next page. Ooh, you can study these diagrams here. Making things from buffalo. The buffalo gave the people almost everything they need to survive. Number 1 matches here. Hides and furs were used for robes, blankets, teepee covers, rugs, and shields. Number 2, horns were used for spoons and headdresses. Ooh, I'm going to stop. I wonder what a headdress is. Let's see, the horn. I see it has the word head in it, and it has the word dress. I wonder how they could wear the horn as something to dress their heads. Maybe it's like a hat or something that they would use as decoration on their head. They could use the horn for that. I think that would help fill my word gap. You can go ahead and fill in the word gap sheet for headdresses, and then you can explore the rest of these numbers on your own. All right, now as I read the Arapaho, I want you to pay attention for skinned, teepees, and travois. Those are the word gap words I want you to try and fill with some inference clues. Arapahoes. On the plains, the Cheyenne joined forces with another tribe. The Arapaho moved to this land from the east. They moved from place to place, hunting for food along the way. The Cheyenne and Arapaho tribes became friends. They agreed to protect each other against other tribes. The Cheyenne and Arapaho spoke different languages. They used sign language to communicate. Sign language is a way of sharing ideas without words. Hand movements and shapes represent words. Together, the Cheyenne and Arapaho forced the Utes and other tribes from Colorado's eastern plains. The Cheyenne and Arapaho were taller and lighter skinned than the Utes. The Arapaho were called the big-nosed people, or traders, by other tribes. They called themselves Hinanina, or our people. Like the Cheyenne, the Arapaho depended on buffalo to survive. Moving on the land. The Arapahoes often had to pack up and move quickly to follow the buffalo herds. The Cheyenne had to do this too. The Indians used travois to carry teepees and other belongings. A travois consisted of two long wooden poles. Indians tied the poles to each side of a dog, or later a horse. The ends dragged on the ground behind the animal. Near the end of the two poles, a stretched piece of hide held supplies. Sometimes small children or elders would ride on the travois. Make sure to take time to look for skinned, teepees, and travois, and fill the gaps by looking for inference clues. Changes on the way. Over the years, some tribes fought for land and food. Some traded with each other and worked together for protection. Before long, all the tribes faced another new group of people. The Spanish traveled in this land. They too wanted to live in the region. Their arrival soon changed the lives of native people forever. Children. Like many children today, Indian children did chores. They helped to keep their village clean. They gathered nuts, berries, and water with their mothers. Indian children learned from the stories told to them by elders. There was also some time for games and having fun. They played with dolls made with animal skins. The children dressed the dolls in small clothes and decorated them with paint and beads. For a doll's hair, children added animal fur or human hair.
Word wizard, word wizard, wizard. And a word wizard cat. Meow.